I have with me Onome Ojobo, who is the CEO of MobiApp Nigeria. He is an app evangelist, and he joins us on Tech Trends to discuss ways to tap into the opportunities in the mobile app ecosystem. Welcome to Tech Trends.
Thank you very much, CFA. It's a pleasure to be here with you live.
All right, good to have you. Now, let's get started. What's the concept behind mobile apps?
Well, the concept behind mobile apps started from the fact that technology and people's usage of technology has started moving away from laptops, from TV to the mobile device. And in the mobile device ecosystem, you need the tools that the mobile device can work on in order to reach out to people. And one of the key tools that the mobile device works on are mobile apps. So now, if you have a program on TV, if you have a software that runs on the laptop or on a Windows system, you also need to create a version of it that can fit into the mobile device in order to gain your audience and sustain your audience.
Okay, so a question I normally ask mobile evangelists like you is, so is it mobile app first or mobile site, mobile website? Which one comes first?
It depends on the perspective of what's the solution you're driving at. If the solution you're driving at requires people who move on a daily basis or who are on the mobile device always, if that is your target audience, then you should start from the mobile app first. If you know that you are reaching out to a large number of people who should spend more time on their laptops or more time on their system, then you start from having a solution that runs on the web, then you're now coming to mobile.
So it brings to a point that not everyone needs a mobile app.
Not everyone needs a mobile app, no doubt about it. Okay. But every single person that has a solution to provide that has to do with technology needs to have a space in the mobile ecosystem in order to sustain their stability in the technology world as it may be. As you can see, digital television is also having a mobile app. The government system are also looking at having a mobile app. The essence is the need has come into play and they can't avoid that anymore.
Yeah, but the challenge is nobody's using these apps. I mean, you go to a particular app store and you see 0 downloads, you see 50 downloads, and what's the use?
Like every new product or any new technology, at first people don't understand it and they don't want to dabble into that space yet. But the bottom line is a solution that will make the life of users better and that will make people's businesses move faster is a solution that people will want to know and associate with. Take for instance, I use a mobile vehicle and I break down on the road somewhere in Ore or somewhere on the expressway and I don't know any mechanic around that place. If I need to go and call a friend, the friend might not know anybody in Ore. But if there is a mobile app that tells me every mechanic that is around my geographical location in a jiffy, I'd rather go for that mobile app.
But that's if data doesn't disappoint you.
The question is, there are options already for data coverage. There are options that backs the functions of a mobile app. The question is, which one of the options are you running on? So it's an alternative that you can't run away from. It was like when the mobile car was invented. At first, people were like, using horse and carriages was perfect. What's the essence of me buying a car or spending a fortune buying a car? But the guys who felt, do you know what, why don't we create cars that everybody can ride on and let the horse rest a bit? It was a step that was necessary, but at the same time, at that moment, they didn't see the essence of that step. But today, everybody drives a car. Trust me, 10 years from now, almost everybody will have a mobile device that they run on. Or a mobile app that they run on.
If the prediction that handsets or smartphones might become obsolete in the next 5 years.
If smartphone become obsolete,
and they will start using chips, and wearables of different types, maybe the glasses that you can make calls with.
Okay, let me give you a scenario that ran through my head some days ago. I was on the road and I heard an advert that confirms a new brand, an old brand that's taking over an old name. Within the space I saw a number of people still using those old name handsets. If I may mention the Nokia handsets. I was like, yes, Nokia has phased out, but for crying out loud, I see many people out there who still use Nokia phones because they are the lower cadre of the society. So if we turn into chips 10 years from now, there will still be a larger society, a larger number who still focus at the smartphone as their own frontier. And within that space, if you can maximize profits or you can maximize reaching out to people, then why don't you do it? Until it phases out, it's still valid. People still use Microsoft OS XP even to date. Whereas we have Windows 8 already. Windows 9 is gone, Windows 10 is already there. So the bottom line is always, if your solution gives guidance to users, people will find you. If it does not give guidance to users, they would not find you. They won't find it useful. They won't download your app.
Okay, Onome, let's bring this home
to
Nigeria.
Okay.
Are Nigerians making money from mobile apps development or owning mobile apps? I need to understand that.
Nigerians are not yet making 100% money out of mobile apps. They are beginning to come into that space as it is. A few days ago, I was in a meeting with an entertainment house that had 2 terabytes of data, music, video, TV shows, and they just kept it in the archive. And I said, do you know people can actually demand for these things? Why don't you make them available on the platform where people can demand for it and probably pay a token? If it is ₦5, they can pay for it, let them pay ₦5 for it. And the media house were thrown off their chair, like, are you kidding me? Can we actually do this? I said, yes, you can. We can design a mobile app, take your 2 terabytes of data that a lot of people want out there, and you start making ₦5 from every aspect of it that people download. So the opportunity that mobile apps create, Nigerians are beginning to come into it gradually. Print media is beginning to experience a low tonnage. If they are going to begin to find a way to capitalize on what they do and go into mobile and go as it may be, mobile apps is the direction that they can go. And people, have you ever imagined how you spend the 10 naira, 5 naira, 20 naira that is left on your ATM that you don't get to use, that you can't go to an ATM machine to withdraw? What if the mobile app solution gives you an opportunity to spend those 5 naira, those 10 naira, by you subscribing for an e-newspaper, or download a song, or download a premiere that is not available anywhere else? So Nigerians are not fully into it yet because the awareness is not there. But we are driving it. Like you said, we are the mobile app evangelists. We are driving that awareness because there are opportunities, there are ways people can actually maximize the mobile app to make so much money.
Yeah, now talking about those who design these apps, something worries me.
Okay.
I have discovered that a lot of times these apps are built by foreigners. So how can we get Nigerians to build apps for Nigerians?
People still go foreign, which is, I can't stop them from not doing that. But I believe in Nigeria we have the talents. We just need to nurture them. A number of people, especially young teenagers who are out of school, still looking for jobs, if they can take up the proper training. I think we don't have enough training modules that cover mobile apps yet. I believe if we have the Ministry of Science and Technology invest in this area, we can have people being trained on how to understand the designing of UIs, designing of the required designs that will bring specific message, specific solution that people can interact with. If we have more of these people being trained, we don't need to take these investments abroad. We see our capital flight in this area, no doubt about it. Thousands of dollars keep going out to international companies who build what seems to look good but not perfect yet. And they send it to us and we all run with it in Nigeria. I believe we can actually bridge that gap by simply creating an enabling environment that brings people together, gets trained, get equipped with necessary skills and ideas, and launch them.
But are there any schools run by private organizations for this?
We have a few going on here and there, but every institution needs proper backing financially, backing as well, getting proper awareness or proper policies that guides the solutions they are trying to deliver. If I bring out somebody who has graduated through a training program that we organize, for instance, and the person is good in designing and coding, let the person be employable out there with a certificate or whatever things we give to the person and say, do you know what, after going to 6 months with us, you're good in this area. You can now graduate from here. If the person becomes employable out there, we have made that level of training or that level of expertise, we have made it viable and competitive for people to come in and learn.
You know, I keep referring to India on this show. I think I like the way India has created a carefully thought out strategy to empower their young people to export these businesses out there. Indeed. And they keep exporting it from India to other countries. And they're making money from it.
Which is why I say if the Ministry of Science and Technology and Information Technology comes together and say, do you know what? Even with the Ministry of Labor, do you know what? If you're a graduate of computer science, you need to take a 1-year course and understand the deeper level of coding and how we can diversify what coding can actually result to, programming can actually result to. Because mobile apps is not just the thing. There are several other things that can actually kid into that space that we've never scratched the surface yet.
The value chain.
Exactly. The value chain is wide. So if the ministry and we have the government support and the right government support, if they can come in and we create a perfect or a workable system that have people trained and they are sent out, there won't be any need for capital flight to India, to UK, or any other place that people go to.
Are you proud of apps built by Nigerians? And I also need to know if you have any advice for local app developers and any trend they should look out for.
I'm 100%, if I'm 150% proud of apps built in Nigeria. If I see a developer's name and it has Nigeria noted around it, I'm always happy about that. Because what it means is somebody has taken their time and energy to develop a tool or a solution that people can pay for. Are we there yet? No. Have we perfected it? No. Can we do it? Yes. Am I ready to support that? Yes, 100%.
Thank you, Onome, for coming on Tech Trends.
It's a pleasure. I'll always be available for you anytime.
All right, you've heard from Onome Ojobo, who is a mobile app evangelist. He believes in mobile apps created in Nigeria by Nigerians, and he believes that if the ecosystem is right, then mobile apps built in Nigeria can actually be successful like their counterparts abroad. We'll be right back. Welcome to our Tech Clinic segment. The first question came to me anonymously via SMS, and it says, I'm a young social media consultant and would love your perspective on the issues of brand wanting to increase social media followers overnight. Now, I must confess that this is indeed a ridiculous expectation if you ask me, and I wonder why it has become a norm. How would any brand assume that 1 million followers would in any way translate to sales? As a matter of personal policy, I walk away from such discussions because it will result to either buying fake followers or doing something along that line, which I don't recommend. My preference is organic growth for your social media strategy. The second question comes in from Diolu, and it says, what website monitoring service I can recommend based on the previous edition of this show. Scurry malware protection comes top for me. They can help you scan your website for free. But if you want ongoing monitoring service, then you would be required to pay. It really depends on your website influence. Assuming it is a big e-commerce site, then you will certainly need a paid version. But if it's just a basic blog, then you may as well do without one, but hope and pray your site never gets hacked. Mobile is a lot closer to TV than it is to desktop. That's a quote credited to Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook. I am not exactly sure what he means here. It seems he's referring to the death of desktops, which might happen soon. All in all, it is a good food for thought. My name is Chukwemeka Agbata. Join me same time next week. Bye-bye.